Welcome to the channel. This is Jeeping for Fun, where the compass doesn't point to comfort and the trail is where the real stories begin. Today, we're deep in the Texas Panhandle at Merus Adventure Park. Over 6,500 acres of red rock, ridge lines, and trails that don't hand out respect. You earn it. We're taking on Huckleberry, a recent addition to the Jeep Badge of Honor system. As of today, fewer than 250 check-ins. After what you're about to see, you'll understand why. We brought the Jeepin' for Fun rig, a 2020 two-door Wrangler Willis, running on 35-inch Nito Ridge grapplers at 20 psi, a Mopar 2.5-inch lift with Fox shocks, a Falcon Nexus EF 2.2 adjustable steering dampener, Apex Autolink sway bar disconnects, and a torque locker up front. This Jeep's built for the tough stuff and about to be trail tested. I wasn't alone. Two of my buddies joined in. Seasoned Jeepers in Rubicon 392s on 38-inch Falcons. More lift, more width, and a whole lot more power. But out here, Huckleberry doesn't care. This trail's rated a 7, and it's the gnarliest I've ever faced. It tested our rigs and us. No maps, just memories. So if you think you're made for more than highways and decals, strap in. We're crawling straight into the teeth of the wild. Let's drop into the hard stuff. We're not even 50 yards into the trail, and here's our first gatekeeper. It's a rock ridge that you have to crawl over, and you have to go through a small rock field on the other side. It's going to keep out all the wannabes, those on the smaller tires and low clearance. It's definitely what Huckleberry is all about. Alright, it's my turn. Let's see what this little two-door will do. Alright, let's take a look at what it looks like from Jesse's perspective as he was guiding me over. Hardest part about this is you can't see over the hood. You can't see where your wheels are going, and you definitely need a spotter on some of these obstacles.
Awesome.
Here we are approaching the second set of obstacles. Another rock field, some deep holes, and some big boulders and drop-offs.
You guys see a really cool line.
We'll check it out and see if it works.
Okay.
Phil decided to take a different line, so he's backing up and he's going to go off to the left. A little bit of a drop off, as you'll see in the video. He was straddling a big deep pocket that was full of hornets.
Are you with us?
What you don't see right now underneath Phil's Jeep is a big old hole. Right where he is now, I could probably stand up underneath his Jeep and change the oil if I wanted to. It was full of hornets, so I didn't want to go anywhere near it.
Test for forks. Got it. Me too.
Yeah, we got you on 4 on Huckleberry.
I'm taking a different line here. I'm just going to continue going straight. With this shorter wheelbase, I'm not going to get hung up on some of the rocks that he might have got hung up because of spacing. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to show it from inside the Jeep, and we'll also be able to see the view from outside.
They're all 4 working, huh? Was that binding?
Yeah, one more little line when you're driving side
Passenger? The other passenger. I wasn't listening, I guess, because you were saying it clearly.
You got all 4 climbing at once. Yep. Looking good. Sweet. You got one more little climb on your driver's side front. There you go. Go passenger. Turn passenger. Passenger. The dude's a guide. You got it.
Any taller I'm when I have to, so my wife can get in the Jeep. She has a hard time where it sits right now.
This section right here is probably the most technical that we found on the entire trail. When I first looked at it, I was very apprehensive, but after walking it and taking a look at it and stacking a few rocks, I made it through slow but with no issues. The key to a rock field like this is just going slow, picking your line very carefully, and if you get hung up, back up and try a different line, try a different route. There's no need to get in a hurry. There's no need to try to power your way through it. Just go slow. When you're stacking rocks, it's not necessarily about how big the rocks are, it's just filling the gaps up. So when you drop down off a ledge or you go into a hole, you've got a little bit more lift on that rock than if you do without. Alright, looks like it's my turn. In the shorter wheelbase, I've got a big advantage when it comes to this rock hop ahead. I can swing wide to my driver's side and go around it, where with the longer wheelbases, you've got to put a wheel up on it. One of the biggest advantages you can have when you're out here on the trail like this is having a good spotter. You can see Jesse here showing me with his hands, not talking a whole lot, but just showing me with his hands what he wants me to do to try to get through this. Phil's got some skills right here. He's videoing me and he's backing up and he's not falling down. He's doing a whole lot better than I would do.
Oops, sorry.
Alright, let's take a look at see what it looks like from their perspective as I'm driving towards them.
That was fun.
Oh, I said video and it started. There you go. He gets style points for that one. You want him to back up? Yeah. That looks good. Good, good. It's just slick. It's just slick. Perfect, man. Good job. That was great.
A lot of these climbs were fun because you didn't know what was on the other side. You had to go up real slow, especially Phil, to make sure that you didn't go off a ledge or go off in the wrong direction.
I like that one. Take picture. Take picture.
Alright, so just you know that I'm not talking to myself. I'm actually trying to talk to the Wolfbox 850 rearview mirror dash cam. It has voice controls where you can tell it to take a picture or stop recording or turn off the Wi-Fi or turn on the GPS. It doesn't always listen to me, so if you hear me saying take picture over and over again during this video, it just wasn't listening. The scenery in this canyon is amazing, with the green and the red and the blue skies and the clouds. It makes for some awesome photography. This dash cam's set for 4K, so I'm hoping you're enjoying the clarity of these videos. There's a huge advantage following somebody through a trail like this. You can watch what they do for a line and decide whether or not you want to follow them exactly or modify it a little bit. You don't have to worry about as much navigation as you can focus on driving and making sure that you do it right.
Goes to your right, looks like. Go along that wall, go to your right, and I see a sign over there. I think that's that intermediate trail we were looking at that came over here, and we said it looked like it just dead-ended into the trail.
Yep, that's it.
Right here on the left is where Enter Mars, a blue moderate trail, terminates here on the Huckleberry. If you didn't want to run the rest of Huckleberry, whether that's to the east or the west, you can just turn around and go back the other way. It's okay to run trails in two directions because it's a different trail each way. The obstacles are going to be different. The scenery is going to be different. By all means, whenever you get a chance, and you can run a trail that's bi-directional, run it both ways. You'll see a challenge in either direction. You'll have fun both ways.
Yeah, they were thinking about you when you they stood them up.
I think it's like those jars at the convenience stores. You know, if you need one, take one. If you got one, give one.
Well, he's got plenty he can leave.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'll part with what I got. This transmission shifting thing is getting me.
It's downshifting on you and then you break loose?
Well, every time I try and go up something like that, it starts to bog down, and then all of a sudden downshifts, and it's like I'm at, 4,000 RPMs. Yeah, it was getting me pretty bad earlier, and I don't know, it finally started acting right. I was trying to upshift, and it said shift not allowed, and then it would downshift on me. I'm like, man. It's like when it downshifts, it will not let you accelerate until the shift is complete.
One thing to mention as you listen to our chatter on the radio is that GMRS radios are required at Merus Adventure Park. If you don't have one, you can rent one at the office, but I highly suggest that you get one and keep it in your Jeep. It's the best way for communicating from vehicle to vehicle, and if you end up having to need some help, you can get on the radio and holler out. Here at Merus Adventure Park, they monitor Channel 6 at the park office, and they also have a repeater set up in the park so that if you're all the way in the back 40, so to speak, you can actually talk to the park as well. So whether it's asking for directions, asking for help, or any other thing you might need from the park office, you can reach out and grab them.
I saw it, then when I hit it, it caught me off guard.
That was fun.
I'm going to let Phil drop off this ledge or this edge, and I'm going to sit here and enjoy this view for a little bit. It's amazing in this canyon.
I didn't see a black guy.
The map shows one.
Maybe it's you cut across where we did that little roundabout in that little whatever you would call that. Because if I look back, it looks like it's right behind Jesse.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We're talking about a bypass that was showing up on the map, and we didn't see it here on the trail, but as we get to the bottom and look to the right, there's a bunch of wood stacked up blocking what probably was at one time the bypass.
They blocked it off. They've got it down here at the bottom. They blocked it off with a bunch of trees and stuff. So we can't go that way? Well, you can't go the bypass. slow bypass.
He didn't want to do that up and down with us.
So right there at the bottom of that creek right there, is that where our campsite was?
I don't know for sure. I'd have to look at the overlay in the map to see if, but it doesn't look like it because I'm not seeing my my marker.
Okay, yeah, looking at the map, we're nowhere near it. I'm gonna bump up this little guy right here. That was nice.
That was very nice. Let's see if I can do the same thing. I spun a little bit. Not as good as he did it.
That was perfect.
Take picture.
Don't know if you've noticed yet, but they're using all kinds of natural things to mark the trail. Here on the right, you see that it's pieces of wood. Back earlier, it was rocks. But anything to keep you on the trail to prevent undue erosion, undue damage to the trail is absolutely warranted. Stay on the trail, prevent extra damage, make sure that this trail and this park lasts for a long time.
Watch when you're coming in on this thing. There's a washout here at the bottom that you want to put your, or it wants you to put your driver's side tire down in. That would be a mess. I had to kind of back up and turn again. Holler if you want a spot, Charles.
Hard right? All right.
Curse, your two-door should make easy
Thank
work
you.
of that.
Jesse was spotting me, and stupid me had my window up. I couldn't hear him. Jesse, you need to be spotted? You okay?
Back in the Jeep, I just jumped out real quick, stepped back and helped Jesse get over that hump and make sure that he didn't put a wheel off in that hole.
And try not to trip or step on your shoe.
I don't know if you was gonna fall or go up the hill backwards.
I think both were possible. Somehow I caught the heel of my shoe and it.
We're going to spend quite a bit of time here at this obstacle because it's a big, deep crevice right in the middle of the trail. Both the 392s were able to straddle it, but I'm unable to because I don't have that wide wheelbase. So I'm going a different route than they went, and you'll see as you look at the video right ahead what I did.
Turn. Okay. Ah, that was nice. There's my. Oh, beautiful. Oh.
That was one of only 2 times that I drug on the trail.
There you go, right there.
Here's what it looked
Now
like
turn back,
outside the Jeep.
Just like that. And just because you're coming right in on this rock right here, perfect. It's just a little bit of a drop. There you go, nice and slow. You're about to start hitting hard rock. That's it. Just nice and slow, just perfect. Man, that's sweet. No, not yet. You're a long ways from that front bumper though, but now turn into it, yeah. Now watch, you're gonna get a little bit light on that back end. You're just missing your front bumper. Your front wheel is about to start climbing. Okay. Come right on up.
Oh, that's nice.
And you're gonna drag a little bit on the back. Okay. There it goes. Beautiful. Ah! Love it. That was it.
What's the bumper look like? Oh, wow.
So we're talking about here about the bumper. The bumper didn't hit. It was actually the trailer hitch. And I have one of the little plastic covers that covers the hole, and it knocked it loose a little bit. All I do is just push it back in.
Looks like that little part we just went through is not part of the original trail. Well, I'm showing 2 paths. I guess if somebody else went around the bypass maybe, but there's like a little loop what we're in right now. But you know, it says the trail's off to our right somewhere.
Mine is tracking off to the right just a little bit, but that's the only trail I see.
This is a fun little climb. Some big rocks, some loose rocks, some little bit of off camber. Sit back and enjoy. This is a fun little loop. Somebody had fun making this trail. You climb, you turn at the top, and you kind of go around, and you come back around. Take a look at it as we drive through it.
to double check. We were supposed to be going this way.
Yeah, my Onyx has stopped tracking. It tells me we're back, you know, on the trail back there. I don't know what's going on with my Onyx.
Oh, I just found it. I had to pull up just far enough to see where I'm supposed to turn.
Yeah, but I say I don't think you can take the high side there.
Okay, so I thought we were going to have to go on this little ledge here, but oh, we're going down into the canyon here and then back up over here, which makes it even better.
Looks like the high side's all washed out, so we get to take a detour through the low side. Phil just found out there's a good sized hole on the driver's side of his Jeep. He had to back up to avoid it. Now that I know that he did that, I'll move a little bit more to the right, and I'll slow down when Jesse comes up to make sure that he doesn't go in the hole.
Bit of a hole there.
At this point, we've been on the trail about 2 hours, so we're going to stop here, take a little break, get some water. I'm not going to show it all. I'm going to clip through it, but it was a nice place to take a break.
up way too easy.
It felt like I was doing it on my side. I got Onyx to load. Looks like we've got only about a third of the trail left, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, it looks like just a big horseshoe.
A lot of this trail is just a bunch of horseshoes linked together, it seems like.
Yeah, a lot of in and out.
I had heard there were two little rock fields here on the trail. The first one was pretty intense. This one, not as much if you stay to the right. If you go to the left, I think you're going to have a challenge, especially if you don't have a whole lot of articulation and ground clearance. You don't want to run this trail in the dark, and up ahead is a good reason why. You're driving along and all of a sudden there's a sheer drop off, a waterfall. When the water's running through this little canyon, it's probably a 15 to 20 foot drop. So nothing to warn you. If you weren't paying attention, you'd drive right off of it. I don't think that I'll be able to capture a good shot, but I'm going to pull up to the edge and use the dash cam to see if I can get a good shot of the waterfall. Misjudged that rock, tagged the rails on the pasture side. Checked it out after we got off the trail, no damage, but that would be the second time tagged some armor on the trail. First time was that trailer hitch getting hung up on that crevice, and then this big rock on the pasture side.
We've basically done the Rubicon twice. Did you go smack on that rock?
Yeah, I know. Well, you told me these Ruby rails were good rails.
Did you hear Phil's comment? We basically run the Rubicon twice, and I basically nail a rock in a less technical area of the trail. You gotta love that.
I'll just have to crawl underneath there and take a picture and say, hey, this rock at this location.
That's right. Documentation.
All right, we're getting close to the end, it looks like.
You know, Ari, I've been a part of losing elections. I've been there when you're trying to do a post-mortem and pick things up and figure out where you went wrong. But it seems to me Democrats aren't doing that. I want to play here in just a moment a soundbite coming on from President Obama. We remember the dark MAGA speech, the one where Biden had the red behind him and it was the end of democracy. Well, it seems like that's...
I'm not going to feel bad with 3 check-ins. I think I've got 3 rides worth, and this is just one run.
Yeah, definitely. You earned it for sure.
So now I need to drive out and do the Rubicon out in California.
end of democracy is still the message?
This might be more intense.
Oh, you think so? I mean, the Rubicon has a rating of 10. It's supposed to be the toughest trail around.
There's some politics involved with that.
Probably so.
But it's fun. It's a different kind of intense.
Yeah, somebody told me it was never ending. It's just one obstacle after another.
Yeah, that's about right. There's a few sections in between where there's just road, but the areas where there are obstacles, it's not like you just do one and you're done. It's like you do one and there's 47 more.
Wow. Sort of like this trail in a way.
If this were next to a river, a running river, yeah, this would be very similar.
And past that big beautiful bill, those have some tips and taps and overtime, and I think you're going to see that soar. Thank you very much, Ari. Talk to you soon. Well, the left will stop at nothing to try to get Trump. Case in point, the Biden DOJ. I could not believe this. This is an internal FBI email. They were obtained by Senator Chuck Grassley, and they revealed that rogue agents and prosecutors were looking for ways to pile on new criminal charges against the president over January 6th. So this time it was over his involvement.
Here's another example of where the four doors have a challenge in tight spaces. Phil's having to back up and take another try to get down this little turn here, and I think I'm just going to be able to turn and possibly not have to back up, but nope, that's not the case. I'm going to have to back up and do a multi-turn as well. It's pretty sharp turn.
wants to take a picture with the sign.
Well, up next, exposing one of the
That's a good idea. I'll do that.